All right, 4.2, trig functions of acute angles.
Here, three pencils. I'm done with this one. Why? Because it breaks every time I press.
You have bad hands. Thinner hands.
Okay, trig functions. So this should be a review. Let theta be an acute angle in the right triangle ABC. The sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. And the tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. Then remember, cosecant is the opposite of sine. So cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. Secant is the opposite of cosine. That's hypotenuse over adjacent. And then cotangent is adjacent over opposite.
Remember, since she doesn't like it when you call it dumb stuff like that. Costco, Seco, and Toto.
Hey, remember she said she doesn't like when you say stupid stuff like that?
Yeah.
Take off participation points.
Yeah, Mason.
It was you.
All right. So if we're given a triangle like this, and they want us to find all 6 trig functions, then we're going to set them up in the order that I said. So sine, then cosine, then tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent.
What's the little thing, the angle?
Theta.
Oh.
That's just showing you which angle we're dealing with. Sometimes they'll put like a giant like A out here so that you know it's like angle A or something like that. But in this case, they're just using theta. And even if they use a different letter, unless you're doing like things with multiple angles, I'm okay with you calling it like theta as long as it's clear which angle you're dealing with. All right, so opposite over hypotenuse, so that's 8 over the square root of 113. Remember, we can't leave it like that. We've got to rationalize it. Doing that, we're multiplying top and bottom by the square root of 113. I would trust by this point that you can kind of like do that in your head. So you can just go to 8 root 113 over 113. And if you can go straight to here without having to write out this initial thing, that's also fine. I like to still write this out even so, because when I go to cosecant and I have to just flip it, then I don't have to like go back and re-rationalize it and reduce and all that stuff, but that's up to you. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 7 over the square root of 113, which is 7 root 113 over 113 after it's rationalized. Tangent, opposite over adjacent, so that's going to be 8 over 7. And then over here, once we've done those, these other 3 are nice and easy because we just flip them. So cosecant is the square root of 113 over 8. Secant is the square root of 113 over 7. And then cotangent is 7 over 8. So obviously sometimes they're going to give you the triangle, and then sometimes they're going to just give you information. We have to draw the triangle and then figure out what all the values are based on that. So with something like 10, they say to find the, or evaluate all the trig functions for the given angle, or, yeah. So sine of theta is equal to 2 over 3. So that means the first thing I need to do is set up a triangle to solve it. So I'm going to call this angle over here theta. So then that means that opposite is 2. And then hypotenuse is 3. So then I need to use this information to solve for this other side. How might I go about solving for the other side?
2 squared plus c, 2 squared plus b squared equals 3 squared. So 4 plus whatever equals 9. So 5.
Yep. So b squared is equal to, that's 9 minus 4, so that's 5. Square root is just the square root of 5. Now, obviously, I'm going to remind you when we take a square root, it's normally plus or minus, but I can't have a negative side length, so I'm just dealing with the positive one. So now I can set up for all my trig functions. Obviously, they gave us sine, but finding the other ones. All right, so what's cosine?
Square root of 5 over 3.
Yep, root 5 over 3. Tangent.
2 root 5 over 5.
Yep, so it'd be 2 root 5 initially, and then rationalize 2 root 5 over 5. Cosecant.
3 halves.
Secant.
3 square root 5 over 5?
Yep. And cotangent.
5 halves.
Yep, root 5 over 2. We'll do one more like this. 18. Secant of theta is equal to 17 over 5.
So the cosine is 5%.
Yeah, so sometimes with this one, I mean, you obviously have been told what secant is as far as like the triangle goes, but if you want to, sometimes I like to go ahead, especially if they, like when they get more complicated, and I'll go ahead and set this up over here. So the secant is 17 over 5, and then, like you said, it's cosine is 5 over 17, because then that's easier to deal with, putting it on the triangle in a lot of cases, but kind of preference at this point. So that means that the 5 goes here, 17's on the hypotenuse, so then I need to find the other side. So I've got basically b squared is equal to 17 squared minus 5 squared. And remember, we're going to leave it in radical form if it's not something that's like a perfect one. So square root of 264. Now, if we can break it down, we need to break this down, okay? And I wasn't super picky about this last year, but on the AP exam, they're going to want it broken down, okay? So we need to get in that habit. This is not inclined to be a free response question, so it's something like this would be more inclined to be in like a multiple choice type question, but we need to make sure that we know how to like break down a radical. So I'm going to do that. So what are factors of 264?
2 and 132.
What?
2 and 132.
66 and 4. Oh, 66 and 2. And then 33 and 2. And 11
So it looks like the only thing I can take out is a 2. And I'm left with basically 66. So then this value is actually going to be 2 root 66. All right, so then what is sine?
2 root 66 over 7.
Tangent?
2 root 66 over 5.
Then cosecant? Might be easier to write it flipped first and then go about fixing it. So when I rationalize it, I would get 17 root 66 over 2 times 66. What is that, 132? And then if it can, obviously at any point if these things can be reduced, you need to make sure you reduce them. This doesn't, but just in general. And then cotangent, I would do the same thing. 5 over 2 root 66, which then is 5 root 66 over 132. Remember enough of these from last year. College algebra, they do them in like every single section of trig, and I was like, do we need to do any more of these? They were all like, nah. Cash was like, I don't want to relive that. All right, we're gonna jump down then to, well, it's not really jumping down, it's just the next problem, but evaluate without using a calculator. So this is where you're gonna want your unit circle. This is why we went ahead and did the unit circle. They're technically just dealing with acute angles in this section. So basically you're just hanging out in quadrant 1. But it's going to do things like cotangent, secant, and cosecant as well, which obviously aren't on the unit circle, but we can find them by doing 1 over whatever either sine, cosine, or tangent respectively is for those. So 20 is the tangent of pi over 4. What's the tangent of pi over 4? 1. 22. Secant of pi over 3. So what we need to think about is essentially think about this as 1 over the cosine of pi over 3. So what's the cosine of pi over 3?
Is it the stuff in blue? Oh shit, I don't know.
It's the x values.
1/2.
Yep. So this is going to be 1 over 1/2. Shepherd.
Cheese and shit.
And when we do that, we would get that that's equal to 2.
X is cosine.
Yeah.
X is cosine, y is sine. Yep. (24) cosecant of pi over 3. So I would think about this as 1 over the sine of pi over 3. So what's the sine of pi over 3?
Root 3 over 2.
So I've got 1 over root 3 over 2.
I think my unit circles are not locked. I did that.
We would do Shepherd's favorite thing and keep change flip. So we'd end up with 2 over root 3, which I need to rationalize, which would be,
Root 3 over 3.
yep, 2 root 3 over 3.
Where did we get the names for the trig functions?
I have no earthly idea.
Special ed, nothing.
You know, that would have been something that would have been fun for me to have done in college, but instead I had to write about the Silo theorems.
Like
Which are-
cosinus?
Not those.
What's it?
It's a mathematical thing that I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you. It was so pointless.
Did you get an
Yeah, because I don't think the professor read the paper. But it was supposed to be a 10-page paper, and I turned in a 6-page paper, and I got an A. So,
A? I'll just pass.
good luck.
She could say like 5 pages. You
But in fairness, and I had to use the same paper for 2 classes, and in one class the limit was 6 pages, or like that's what it needed to be, and the other class was 10, and like the professor was like, I don't care if you go over it, but like I don't really want to read that much. So I turned it in, and we had to do a presentation on it, and he was like, cool, you did it, 100. I was like, nice. And then the other professor was like, I gotta dock some points somewhere, but you still got an A. I was like, cool. AKA it was the last day of the semester and he didn't want to grade it. So, it's like, nice. It's the best grade I got in that class. All right. Did you lose it already?
Yeah, can I print one off or?
I have one. Well, I don't have one that's filled in, but
Okay, I was gonna say I could just copy off someone's.
yeah, if you
Can you
want
read
to.
mine?
No.
Shepard.
Yes, you can. Look how fancy it is.
Shepard. You keep that one. Protection. No, it's from last year. I just kept my extra one.
I don't know the difference.
Handwriting tip.
Yeah, and I don't know which one is sine and cosine. I don't know what that means.
Cosine.
Cosine is X, sine is Y.
So like,
On the values outside in the parentheses.
so.
You
can
got
we-
it.
Let's do 26 real quick and then I think I'll figure it out.
These are X values, these are Y values.
Okay.
So,
So for
cosine,
example,
sine, tangent.
So like the secant of pi over 3 is
1 over the cosine of pi over 3. And then you just do your little keep change flip thingy.
okay.
26 is sine of 60 degrees.
So sine is X.
Half.
Sine is Y.
1/2.
Sine is Y.
The square
Of
root
60
of 3 over 2.
Dang it. Okay, right.
Alphabetical order X and Y.
Circle, or you just remembered that?
Wait.
That's the one I remember.
Is that just the answer?
Root 3 over
Yeah.
2. Yeah. Look at your circle.
I didn't know if we were doing anything else with it.
No. These ones, okay, so right now this section is keeping you all in quadrant 1.
You gotta cover it up.
It won't be that easy forever,
It's
obviously,
like
but
tattooed on my hand.
well, it'd have to be covered up at school, so.
I'll get it tattooed on my neck right here.
Yet again, has to be covered up at school.
I have hair. I'll just pull it up. Whoa, Daddy.
If I had face tattoos, would I wear a ski mask? Just
Fish iced tea.
That'd
I
be
don't
worse
even
than having
know.
Tattoos.
don't
Look,
think
I
they-
tried to get the rule changed for y'all, but
So that tattoo show?
yeah. I talked to
Do you
them
have a
last year
tattoo?
about it. No, I
Hey,
hate
do you
them.
have arm sleeves? I
Oh.
got like a large supply of
Because
arm
everything
sleeves.
flies south for the winter eventually.
I can give you 2. Do you want 2? They're
Yeah.
nice Nike.
I don't even want to wear the one I have
Can you give it to
Well,
me
you
for
have to,
free?
right?
What is that?
at home game.
Like a lot of people get like a bird tattoo, and then when you get old, your arms sag, and then the
Oh.
bird flies south for the winter.
Okay.
Never heard.
Why can't
You
you,
got
just
it?
like
Yeah, I
stretch
get
your
you.
skin back?
Have you seen an old person?
The whole stare at old people.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Remember when you get that random old guy?
All right,
fucking-
everyone's favorite.
Keep change flip.
No, what? I was gonna say Cash's favorite on the calculator. Is it
For DM.
Radians.
or
Degrees.
That's a degrade.
I still don't know what the difference between those two are. I don't even know what that
It's what setting you put your calculator in. That's the only difference.
He lost his whole bag back.
All right, 36. The cosecant of 19 degrees. So what mode do we need to be in?
Degrees.
Degree mode.
I was like, how are we doing this on the unit circle?
Wait,
Now you're going to have to type it in as 1 over the sine of 19 degrees to get the right answer.
So if the problem starts out in degrees, make sure our calculator
Freak.
is
3.07. Yes. I'm good at this.
no, you're not. You're great at this.
How do you turn off radiant mode?
now just turn
Mode.
Degree mode.
Oh, mode.
Hey, I got that answer.
38. Secant of 1.24. What mode do I need?
Radians.
Radians. If there's not a degree symbol, you automatically assume radians. So you're going to have to type this in as 1 over the cosine of 1.24.
We just have to switch in between
3.07.
every single
3.08 if you round.
Taking your word for it, I have no idea.
Let me see it now. Wow. No.
Now, the instructions say to 3 decimal places. I don't care that much.
What's a I like it better than everything else we've done this year.
What's a what?
A gradient. I have the option for a gradient.
we learned about that in
I
Adam.
don't have that option.
What is a gradient?
All right, next thing. These are not calculator questions. Find the acute angle theta, so that means it's got to be in quadrant 1, that satisfies the given equation. Give the answer in both degrees and radians,
Why does it have to be in quadrant 1? Quadrant 1?
because it's an acute angle. An acute is less than 90,
Why
Got
can't
it.
it be in quadrant 2 as well?
because that's more than 90.
Wait,
It starts here, 0, and goes all the way here.
where does the
It starts here.
it starts here?
Acute
Isn't this
any-
quadrant 2?
That's 1.
I thought it was
The
one.
quadrant you start in is 1.
Isn't it the same quadrants as like a graph?
Yeah.
They don't go that way.
It goes.
I thought it was quadrant 1, 2,
Nope.
3, 4.
You start at the right and you go
One,
counterclockwise.
two.
Counterclockwise.
To the left.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
like that.
Yeah.
Do you want a Sharpie to write it in
Some
there?
people even do it with round numerals.
I want to go home. 1.
All right, 42. The sine of theta is equal to root 3 over 2. So they want me to say, in degrees and radians, what theta value gives me a sine that's root 3 over 2.
What?
Pi over 3 radians. 60.
60 degrees and pi over 3.
Okay, so we have sine is x.
Sine is y.
Sine is y.
Both things are alphabetical. It's cosine, then sine, x, then y.
So when y is square root of 3 over 2, there's multiple places. No, it has to be quadrant 1.
Correct.
I got the right answer, and Ryan didn't because he's dumb.
When we're given something that's given on the unit circle, can we just use that? Or do you
This is technically all unit circle questions now.
Okay.
Anything that would be like something that you should know off the unit circle, they're not going to even give you on a calculator type question. There's only like 15 calculator questions on the exam, so
Why was Tristan wearing a bright blue polo?
Just like a regular college shirt.
there was also somebody in sweatpants this morning, so
Really?
Rylan.
I couldn't even tell. Well, Ryan's cool, so.
Brayden didn't know what to put on the tie that was already tied. That's why they were late this morning.
Maybe
Probably
it's a
said
fake
what
tie.
Brayden could put on the tie.
all right. What theta value is it when cosine is root 2 over 2?
Pair
45 degrees.
Root 2 over 2?
pi over 4.
45 degrees
Pi
and pi
over
over 4.
Yay.
I'm so good at this.
Yes, you are.
Just memorize the unit circle early this year.
Yeah, last year was like the first one. I was just like, eh. I got a grade on the second one though.
Yeah, your mom minorly freaked out when I put the grade in of the first one.
I didn't
What was
tell her
it?
on purpose, 'cause I
What
would've
was
said- it was
it?
like a 20.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my mom.
He was like, all I know are the degrees. It's like,
Do we get to look at our exams to see what we got wrong or
In the AP exam?
no?
It's gonna take sure about 3 hours to go through that paper.
Wait, are you talking about the AP exam or the
I-
one you just took?
When we just did.
Okay.
I can let you go through them and look and see what you
'Cause I was
missed.
actually kind of confident that I'd get above a 60.
I
but-
got exactly what I thought I was gonna get. I like sat there and in retrospect, maybe I could have spent time solving another problem, but I was out of ones I knew how to do, and so I sat there and counted how many blanks I thought I got.
Cash flow was perfect.
All right. What theta value is it when the cotangent is 1?
Flip it over 1 over 1.
Pile
Tangent over 1.
4.
Pi over 4, 45 degrees.
What? Cotangent of 1.
No. The cotangent of theta is equal to 1, which is the same place that tangent is 1. So 1 over 1 is 1.
What are the on the unit circle? I have like 0, 1, and I have 1, 0, 0, -1.
Those are the coordinates, the xy coordinates.
That has nothing to do with theta or cosine or any of that stuff.
Well, no, that's the cosine and sine values at 90 degrees, 180, and 270, and 360.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to finish the problems and y'all have a work day tomorrow. That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
All right, solve for the variable shown. So we're not doing like solving all the trig functions. We're just solving for the one variable that they give us. So 50. And these are not necessarily right triangles. This is z, this is 23, and this is 39 degrees. So I need a trig function that relates these things here
I know.
to solve it.
Cosine. Adjacent over hypotenuse.
So the cosine of 39 is equal to 23 over z. Now, this is 39 degrees, so where's your calculator going to need to be in when you solve this problem? Degrees. Now, I'm solving for z, so I'm just going to swap that with the cosine of 39. So z equals 23 over the cosine of 39. Somebody can tell me what that's equal to.
Daniel got it. He's faster than Shepard.
Wait, do we know if this is a
Shoot,
right
that's
triangle or not?
What?
Do we know
Why
if
is
this
it giving
a
me
right
a
triangle or not?
We do not know.
29.59.
Daniel's about to throw his calculator.
Look at this. It doesn't.
29.
It doesn't.
You give me the number.
Hey, I got 29.5. I got 29.6.
Whoa, Daniel.
Well, I'm sorry.
Daniel, say cabrón.
Why are we teaching Daniel
The
about
frick is a cabaron?
Taco.
I ain't never seen that at Taco Bell.
It's like bro in Spanish.
All right.
Ooh, this is a good one.
What trig function do I need for this one?
Sine.
Sine of 43 is equal to x over 14. That means I just need to multiply by 14 this time. So 14 sine of 43.
9.55.
I'm so proud of you, Shepard.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm
What?
sure you missed it.
What?
Cash.
Do we need to see another one of those or are we okay?
No,
I'm
we're
good.
all set.
All right. Last thing, solve the right triangle ABC for all of its unknown parts. So, they give us a triangle. This is the triangle for 55 through 58. It's the same triangle. They just give you different pieces of information. Now, we do know this one is a right triangle.
Triangle, dummy.
Is that the Greek letter in the corner?
Yep, alpha and beta are the angles. So since there's two angles that we're solving for, they're using alpha and beta instead of like theta.
Isn't beta just a B?
It's a bee with a tail.
That just looks like my regular bees because they don't wreck.
Now, when I do the stuff over here, I usually just write ABC for the angles, like the capital ABC for angles, lowercase ABC for the side lengths, but it's, whatever.
I like the fish.
All right, so for 56, they give us alpha is 41 degrees and side C is 10. So I'm just going to call them like little a, little b, and little c, and then big A, big B, and big C. As far as solving. So I know that alpha, or angle A, is 41 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I know that side C is 10. What else do I know?
It's an acute angle.
You know the angle B.
C is a 90 degree.
C is 90 degrees. So those are known things. Technically, I'm solving for the other ones. Now, the next easiest thing to solve for should be angle B or beta. How would I find that?
Add them together and
49
subtract
degrees.
by 180.
Yep, 180 minus 90 minus 41. Ryan says it's 49 degrees.
I knew that one.
All right, now I've got to find side A and side B. Somebody tell me how you want me to do that. This is basically just a modification of the problems we were previously doing.
Cosine of alpha
Wait,
equals
how do we
B
know?
over 10.
Cosine fishy.
So then 10 times the cosine of 41.
This is all in degrees, right?
Yep. Pretty much if you're dealing with an actual triangle, it's got to be in degrees because, I mean,
You couldn't have a triangle.
I guess you could hypothetically have your values given in radians, but it just would be weird. Anybody have what this is equal to?
I was waiting on you.
It's negative.
Can't be negative.
Positive 9.87.
I got 7.5.
You're terrible at this.
7.55.
I think you might possibly be in radian mode.
Mode. Oh yeah, because I just reset my whole calculator.
Who's trying
All
to
right,
beat you into
I've got to
that?
find side A. And while you could use the Pythagorean theorem, we're not going to do that. We're going to use trig function. So, somebody give me a setup to solve for side A.
Side A, we could easily
Sine of
do.
A, theta.
We could do.
Sine of what?
Sine of theta, or whatever.
There's
sine
no
of-
theta.
Sine of
Fish.
alpha.
Sign of fishy.
What? Yeah.
Sine of fish equals.
He doesn't know. He just wanted to say fish.
A
Yeah, I
over,
like that.
A over 10.
Oh, I give it a little high.
All right, so I have 10 sine of 41 equals A.
Do what? Oh, I got you.
Don't research your calculator.
6.56.
Easy dubs. Whatever.
Ryan,
What?
did you know that the cosine of the occasion of the cosine of the sine of 9 is 0.999?
Did you know that Trey Young got traded to the Wizards? Now,
All right.
exactly.
This is going to look like a lot of problems because a lot of them are just off the unit circle. I'm going to give you without a calculator and then with a calculator problems.
Oh, shit,
3, 11, 15, 17. Write these down before you leave because I'm not putting them back up tomorrow. 21, 23. I don't know why I didn't just write odd. 27, 29, 33, 30. Hold on, we're just going to do this. 33 through 47 odd. I'm going to try to shorten it. And then 51, 53, and 57.
You let me in my room. I locked the door and then I took my house keys with me instead of my school keys.
19 through 27 is without a calculator. 29 through 39 is with a calculator.